Bargain hunters, if you haven't been to a B2 outlet store, you are missing out. Fantastic seasonal items from clothing and shoes to houseware items and more. Here to give us a peek at what's filling the shelves is CEO Jason Hoffer. Good morning, Jason.
Hey, good morning, Leanne. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you today?
I'm doing really good.
Wonderful. Talk about the items that you carry at all of your locations.
Yeah, so at all of our locations, you're going to see a large mixture of men's, women's, and kids' clothing. So we always carry all of those items. In addition to the clothing, we have general merchandise, things such as kid toys and dinnerwares, other household items, as well as every one of our stores has a small portion of food items, some of the hot items that you might want, some chips or salsas, or other kind of some of the essential things. We have both clothing and general merchandise, as well as food inside of our stores.
How are you able to keep your prices so low, and how do you compare, I guess, how low the prices really are, percentage-wise?
Yeah, so when we get our items, we get them through some shelf pulls, or if a manufacturer made too many of them, we get them through other avenues than what some other retailers might. And so you're going to see a lot of the same brand name clothing, especially that other merchandisers or retailers sell those same clothing items, those same brand names, and it's all brand new. But we get those through other means. And so when those items come to us, they're historically low. And so we get them at much, much lower margins. And so every price that we put onto our items is just a markup from how we get them. And so every store, every clothing, we say we'll make sure that we beat every price. And so you're going to find our clothing, especially, we get really great deals on. It's always at least around 25% less than where you might find those same items at other retailers. So 25 to 50% off is where you'll find some of these items inside of our stores.
And your handful of stores has really now gotten out of hand. No, I'm just kidding. You guys have stores all over the place now.
Yeah, so we are blessed. In the last 6 years of B2, starting its first location in Hudsonville, Michigan, we are now up to 22 locations, and we'll actually be at 23 in a few weeks down in Battle Creek. And so in the last 6 years, we've gone from one location selling brand new items at low prices for great causes. And that model has really resonated within these communities. We're in a lot of communities across Michigan. There's a few more we're still trying to get into. Even coming next year, we'll probably open 4 to 6 more locations next year. And so the model of what we're doing to give you these brand new items in our thrift store, to give you them at great deals, better deals than you'll find anywhere else, as well as it is giving back. That model of who we are as a business and the mission, our values that B2 has, and it started with 6 years ago, and it continues to this day, is very much resonated with the idea of our customers and our communities.
How are you able to give back locally and globally every time we make a purchase?
Yeah, so over the past 6 years, we, at the end of last year, have been blessed to been able to have given back now over $1 million. So as a young company, just growing out of West Michigan, to now 22, 23 locations, giving back over $1 million, there's a lot of avenues through which we give those dollars back. In some locations, there are local nonprofits that we trust and we become great partners with. In other locations, once a need is made aware to us, we'll try and meet that need as best we can. And so there's really not just one avenue through which we give back. On our website and inside of our stores, we're giving you examples of ways in which we've given back. Just recently, we've been able to give back some of our food donations to local food pantries. Other partners of ours resource homeless shelters. We have other clothing items that have gone back to local nonprofits as well, who are resourcing the needs, families in need. And so we really try and partner up with local foundations, local nonprofits. We realize we are just a store, and there are other people inside of these communities who are doing the real work with these communities and with these needs. And so we try and leverage their resources, their partnerships, their networks as best we can. And it's not just locally, but globally as well. And so we've been able to give back to clean water initiatives, or to orphans, or to even struggling with those with food internationally. So it's not just locally, but internationally as well.
And real quick, I see some awesome winter coats behind you. A couple of the great things hitting shelves right now. Seasonal items are hot right now.
It is, and so it's going to be a cold weekend. We've had a few of those already. It's at the end of last year, we realized, man, we can really have access. As we've grown, we've been able to have access to more and more product, and we can buy more of that in bulk, which then drives our prices down. And so we have these Sherpas have been really popular with our customers. And so a limited tube, a kid's coat. I have 3 daughters, and they love these Sherpa coats for only $16.99. We have this Calvin Klein double-shelled women's coat for only $29.99. Another Sherpa, a Members Mark women's coat for $7.99. These deals are incredible. Men's coats, a Habits, Real Tree, great fleece line, Sherpa line coat as well for $19.99.
Wow.
And some winter pants for under $10. And so we have really upped our ante this year to make sure that we are getting the best winter needs inside of our stores. We sold out of them last year. And so we made sure going into this year, we've ordered and we've found as many as we can. And so for both kids, for women's, for men, we are making sure our store is loaded with any kind of winter seasonal items you might need, both hats and gloves, winter coats, boots, especially winter coats. We've upped the ante on that quite a bit this year.
And real quick, I'll finalize by saying, make sure to stop in there, check out their Halloween costume selection too. So thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. B2outlets.com is where you want to go. Make sure to follow them on Facebook.